Hey guys, welcome to a fight feedback. My fight at Jiu Jitsu World League National South that took place in Houston, facing off against Stephen Smith from Gracie Barra Peerland. This is my first time fighting him. So right off the bat, collar grab, pulled guard, and got control of my sleeve. Now, one of the things that Professor Piano, who was coaching me at the time, was saying, get on your knees. So went ahead, proceeded to follow that. Now, one of the challenges here is that Steven's got a really, really strong grip here. I think his game, as I came to understand, observing, is that it's a combination of starting from the bottom, getting control of the lapel and trying to go for a cross-collar choke, or triangle or armbar. And you'll notice how here he's been trying to basically get control of my arm. Professor kept telling me, pull my arm out, pull my arm out. And I was. And so I was trying to do my best. On one hand, I'm trying to control his armpit via the use of lapel. But at the same time, I'm trying to get my arm out at the same time. But I guess having grabbed his lapel, because one of the things I was trying to do was potentially just break his guard by rotating and walking through, but his guard was pretty good, and that's when he started setting up the triangle, and that's when I was like, all right, I need to bail on that idea. Professor kept reiterating how I need to make sure my arm gets on the inside. Because this guy basically got three things set up. He's got a cross collar set up, he's got an armbar set up, and he's got a triangle set up at the same time. And he can go any one of those three ways. So when I finally got my posture, I was trying to get myself set up again, and then he started working towards just maintaining the effort to break my posture, do my best to stay upright. And I figured if I try to push up, he's going to try to hip bump me, and that's when I was like, all right, let me push back forward again. But then found myself back in the same predicament I was in earlier. Trying to do an arm drag, and this is where he is setting up his armbar. Now, I made the mistake of trying to maintain grip on his collar, and I stood up where I should have grabbed his pants instead, and before standing up, and that's how I got his armbar. Live and learn. Overall, good match. He was very tight through this whole process. Now, this is my second Jiu Jitsu World League. My first one, I didn't even get to fight Steven. He won gold in the last one, which was in Houston. But here we are, live and learn. Thank you, Professor, for coaching me. And so we will move on to the next fight, which is going to be between Steven and Luis. I have fought Luis in the previous Jiu Jitsu World League, and he got me through a submission where he choked me with the lapel. And so here we are. Luis, he's gotten pulled into the guard just like how Steven had pulled me into the guard. And this is where I learned that was his game, essentially. Get a cross-collar grip, work the lapel, try to get the choke in, and here he is trying to get that high guard and keeping his posture down, which is really good, especially for somebody with his build. He's able to control. But one of the things about Luis is that this guy is strong. One of the things when I looked him up later, it seems like he's a power lifter. Saw him squatting nearly 500 pounds, 495 pounds, which is more power to him. Definitely a strong guy.
We're only doing those four today.
Let's start. Let's get the right hand pushing on the hamstring. Right hand pushing on the hamstring. Right hand pushing on the hamstring. Keep stacking.
I think even in the previous Jiu Jitsu World League, he won the gold by essentially getting an armbar. And so basically working that position here, breaking the posture control. And he's got the triangle set up, it seems, at least from this angle. Doing my best to capture as much of the fight as I can, hand holding the camera. And so Luis just broke the triangle, trying to pass his guard, and here we have Steven recovering and getting in triangle position again. Now, this is the thing where Luis, once you get the side control, he tends to be really strong with that position. But Steven recovers really quick, basically really turning into him hard and then recovering his guard position, because that is essentially what seems like his game. Again, working to control his sleeve and lapel at the same time, closing up that guard again, and finding the opportunity to work that choke. Here we go, lapel choke, got the deep grip, trying to work towards a higher guard.
Inside hands. Connect the hands together, yes.
One of the things about this fight is that this fight was like 0-0 through the entire through the entire match. And one of the things that one of the things that in order to score points, whatever position that you get, you have to hold that position for at least a couple of seconds, or establish control in that position for a couple of seconds before you're awarded those points. In this case here, although Luis had passed legs, he wasn't able to establish control, so that's why it was still 0-0. Steven was able to recover his guard, and here it's basically just fighting for. Steven's just going for those submissions, going for the cross collar. Luis here is looking at his coach, listening to what he's having to say. And
He's gonna look for pressure. Double pound. Keep those
Shovel White.
It's open. Let's stand up. Yes.
Richard.
Watch the arms. Stay squared. Big shoulders.
here's the arm, trying to establish that arm bar. It seems like he's about to get it. And Luis is just continuing to fight, and he broke the posture, tried to get side control again, and here Steven getting half guard and recovering guard again.
Luis, we gotta get to that half guard. You cannot let him get that bottom leg out. Same thing, let's stand up, inside hands and stand up. That's all we've got, let's go. Let's go, Luis. 40 seconds.
It's the simplicity of his game, I think, is what's allowed him to stay on, stay ahead. And he's essentially, because he's attacking, right? Even though he's in the bottom position, he's been attacking. He's able to set the pace, right? Luis and myself, we were essentially having to defend against his thing. Arm drag, trying to grab the leg again, getting grip on the collar. And here, this is where Luis was going for a can opener. It was about to go for there you go, grabs the head and trying to go for the can opener. Now this, in MMA, this is all good, but that's when the ref steps in. He's like, nope, you can't do that. Literally 2 seconds on the clock. Although, to be fair, the appropriate counter to the can opener is an armbar. So I guess if Steven timed it correctly, there you go. Steven gets the win for gold. And now I'm going to be fighting Luis for second and third place.
All right, Belal, let's go. You got this. Bismillah. Don't wait, Belal. Don't wait. Keep moving.
Here, I was trying to do a collar drag, but I totally botched my takedown. I put the leg out, but I didn't pull back hard enough, and he was still driving forward. And at this point, going forward from this fight, I was essentially fighting for the defense, and my ability to turn into him and try to recover guard was nowhere near the ability that Steven had with Luis. Now they're basically telling us that we're gonna have to move to the center of the mat, same position, starting up again. Basically, I'm gonna be working to defend my position from the bottom. I do not have basically fighting. I'm already down on points because he's got the side control position. Here, I was thinking if I could just topple him. But one of the challenges I've had is, I guess when somebody's lighter than me. This idea where I can essentially grab a hold and roll them over works, but in this situation that wasn't happening.
Don't give him that. Don't give him the underhook. Don't give him that underhook. Frame, Belal. Frame. Go deep if you have to. Go deep. Go deep, Belal. There you go. Go deep. Yes, there you go. Push. Frame now. Frame. You got to control him and push. Now rock. Yes. Now rock. Don't worry. You got this.
The challenge here is that he's just continuously driving forward, keeping me flat on my back, and at the same time just controlling my arm. I think I've got a little bit of a half guard. One of the things that his coach was telling him, I could hear, is that he's got a leg open. Here I'm trying to get the butterfly guard. I was trying to topple him, but he stepped over, set base, and was able to maintain his position. And then he switched sides. Got to my other side.
Elbow in, elbow in. Yes. There you go. Push. No. Cross. Yes. No. Don't give him your arm. Don't give him your arm, bro. Turn into him. Turn into him. Watch your arm. Yes. Watch your left arm. Watch your left arm. There you go. Keep going. Push. Breathe. Breathe. Control. Yes, you're fine.
Now, I was just trying to control his other arm, and he was trying to get a shoulder lock here. Now the good thing is, thankfully, I've got some pretty good, decent shoulder mobility, so I could have just hung out here all day. The real risk was either Luis executing a wrist lock, which I was weary of, and I was trying to keep myself as close as I can. It seems like he could have attempted a wrist lock here, but it didn't, thankfully. Try to get the mount position, and that's where I kind of I don't know if he got the points. Probably did. But
you have to frame, bro. You have to frame. Escape, push. Belal, your push. 2 minutes. You only got 2 minutes. Keep going. Breathe and push.
Challenge here is you got my elbows up, you got a high mount. I'm trying to step over, grab his ankle so I can recover half guard, but it's not working for me. It's always a challenge of like. Thankfully, he actually repositioned himself to side control, which made it a little bit easier, but his top pressure was really good, making it hard to breathe. There he is. He's trying to set up a paper cutter, it seemed. And from here, I'm just like, all right, I need to turn and face him. But again, he's got my the part of my gi where right under my arm, and just for me to get my frames up was a battle of its own. And so, and I think that's his whole point, was to keep my outside shoulder on the ground to prevent me from turning in. And there you go. I'm just trying to pump him a little bit so I can create some space. And he's trying to set up a submission using his lapel. I think this was similar to how he got the submission the last time, where he got the lapel choke. I can't remember if it was a lapel choke using my lapel or if it was his own lapel. All I know is that once he got the position, he just ran around from here.
Elbows in, Belal. Elbows in. Yes, elbows in, Belal. He's going for your elbow. Elbow in. Elbow in. Defend the elbow. Yes. There you go. Turn into him. Don't give him that space. Turn into him.
And he was able to, now he's trying to step over, and that's when I'm just like, all right, you know what, just gotta fight this off. I can hear Rafiq saying, how much time is left? And the thing is, although it was tight, I don't think he had sunk the lapel in deep enough for it to actually be a choke. Definitely uncomfortable. This is where they say they're about to call time. Here I am struggling to breathe. And that's when he's like, all right, time.
Maybe I should do Nordic. I make the weight.
Let's do that.
No.
Every.
Well, yeah,
Every. Let's do it.
Oh, is that a good?
because I was 207 when I weighed in without the gi.
With that close up.
So, unless the weight bracket the same breakdown, or is it different?
Yeah, see.
Okay, because if it's the same breaker, I'd make the lighter breaker. DM.
Good. You did good. You didn't give up, man. I'm proud of you. The fact that you're on the mat.
But he submitted me last time.
This time you didn't.
No,
you
we
made progress.
yeah.
You made progress.
This time I can hear you guys. This time I can hear you guys.
I didn't stop talking.
No, but
I didn't stop.
like in the video, like even Norman and Josh, they were continually coaching as well.
Couldn't hit.
I just couldn't hear him.
No, you have to go learn. No. Good job.
Although messing up that take.
He's pushing into you.
Yeah.
You need to frame and just keep pushing back. What happened was when you sat down,
Yeah.
he's driving like
He's just he kept driving forward. Yeah.
So
I try to get the individual as close as I can to me, and I'll just fire roll.
at your weight. That doesn't always work because they're based and they spread out. Me was all spread out like this.
I felt like I almost had him a couple times.
Once you did amazing where you had butterfly
Yeah.
at the back, you went in half guard. Somehow you get your leg and you went over.
Yeah.
Almost there, but
Half the time you're like, get your elbow, I couldn't. He had the.
oh, he trapped it in.
Yeah, he had. I was just waiting to get out.
And he was just playing.
Yeah, he was playing my face, bro.
But you didn't give up. You didn't.
Honestly, I didn't feel them that threatened with those submission attempts.
They were strong.
But like,
I was afraid of your elbow though. When he did the kimura,
I could have done that all day.
Yeah?
I could have done it.
I was like, man, but when you bridged and you rolled, I go, yeah, okay, he's got it. But when he was going for it, I was like, man, I stepped quiet. I was like, okay, that's gone. But you done good, man.
I was because the thing was, as long as his elbow was close to my neck, then my shoulder, I got the mobility, right? So, but if he were to go out, then it would have been over.
You did fine. I'm fair. So good. You did it. Done, dusted another day. Tomorrow.